On this week's episode of Today I Would Like to Share
the story of the Brosno Dragon.
Kyle, I'm going to give you the decision if you want to go first or second, since you've never won a game show on this podcast.
Coconut crabs, a paradise island, and the bones of a famous aviator.
Hello and welcome to Today I Would Like to Share, where we take some time out of our busy lives to share the things important to us. My name is Kyle, and with me today, I've heard ladies call him a Joey from Friends, Jordan.
That's weird that they say that. I see myself as more of a Phoebe.
I was really afraid during that sentence that you were going to say Chandler, and I was going to be like, why'd you pick the worst one?
Dude, Chandler's my secret favorite. Oh wait, I'm not here yet.
Leave it in, Jordan. Don't cut that. And he has an HP of over 300, Andrew.
And that's before Kyle casts his big blessing of major health on me.
Oh,
that's
support for life. So what's good with the two of you? What you been up to?
Not much. I got to do an interesting thing over the weekend.
Oh, is this the test drive?
Yeah, I got to test drive
cool.
a Tesla Model 3 Performance Edition.
Performance Edition. What's that mean?
Basically, it means it goes an extra 100 miles and it goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So it's pretty crazy. But the best feature about this thing, it has a toy box mode and it has a whoopee cushion that you can put on any seat. And when people sit down in the car, it makes a fart noise through the speaker.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. It comes with
Why?
Standard in every test
Why
drive.
even?
And so when I picked up a couple of guys I went to the game with, put it on their seat, it was hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
But another cool thing was on the way back from the game, we stopped at a Tesla supercharger, and we went to Popeyes to eat, so it was about 35 minutes. I added an extra 240 miles on it.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's really good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So
pretty sweet.
Do you know what the average range is then for it?
It depends. The one I had, the max range is 310 miles.
Okay.
Obviously, that depends on how you drive. But when I looked at the
course.
graph after my whole trip, we were getting about what equivalent to gas mileage would be about 230 miles a gallon.
Jesus Christ.
So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
I gotta see something, because the only thing that makes me hesitant to buy a Tesla is the fact that I don't think the earlier models could I don't think the range was long enough for me to get to my cabin on a full charge.
Probably not. But the crazy thing about it, the past couple of years, I've been going way up and way up. So I would still
Right.
wait a few years to buy one, I think. But I think eventually
I think it's like
gonna be where it's at.
250 or 300 miles, so I think it would work.
Maybe. It
now.
could.
I'm
If
looking
you
up
go
the
like
distance
70 the whole way, yeah, but who's going to do that?
Yeah, it's
But anyways,
235 miles, so yeah.
well,
Anyway,
yeah,
continue.
the high range edition gets like 300, but that's
Yeah.
way more expensive. But how have you been, Andrew?
I've been pretty good, yeah. Not a lot going on here. I'm getting ready to go on a trip to Pittsburgh the next day or so. So that's lingering in my mind, but other than that, things are going good.
Is that business or pleasure?
It's like it's pleasure. It is for a specific purpose. I'm not like I don't get to be a tourist of Pittsburgh. I'm going for a wedding actually. Brother-in-law is getting married.
Gotcha.
So it'll be fun.
Going to Pittsburgh seems like a weird thing.
Yeah,
Like, who
you don't
just
hear
goes to
that on like the
Pittsburgh?
top of lists of like tourist
Yeah.
destinations. But I hear it's a cool city. I'm excited to check it out. I've never been there
Sweet.
actually.
It is pretty
on.
cool. Anything new with you, Kyle?
I am officially on vacation today. I only took 3 days off work, but I mean 5 days off is great, and I'm excited for it. But also,
yeah.
Link's Awakening comes out on Friday, so I'm gonna play. I'm gonna beat it by the weekend. I'm gonna have beat it by the time the weekend's over.
Shit,
Nice.
I need
For
to,
sure.
I need to buy it. I won't be able to play it this weekend, unfortunately. But
Yeah. I loved that game as a kid. It's the first video game I've ever beat. So when they announced they're doing a rework or a remaster of it, I was like, oh, what? Okay, cool, I guess. But
the only issue that I've heard about that game isn't that big of a deal at all. I guess they were saying the only issue that they found with it is sometimes when you go into a new area, the frame rate drops to 30 for like like a second or two, and then
that's
it goes
what I've
away.
heard.
So it's really not that bad. But
I don't even care. Like, I used to play this game on the Game Boy. I think I'll be all right.
Right.
It looks gorgeous too.
It does. It looks
the
so
art
pretty.
style looks really nice. And the only other like weird pseudo complaint I've heard about the game is that there's a dungeon making element of it where you can create your own dungeons and you can share them with people, but the only way you can share them with people is you like imprint the dungeon onto an amiibo and then give the amiibo to somebody and then they can play the dungeon that way. There's no like online mode or like codes like Mario Maker to use or anything like that. It's all through amiibo.
That sucks.
Well, I use a thing to make amiibos, and I wonder if I could use that program to download the save data from an amiibo, and like we can email it to each other, and then you could use that to write it to an amiibo.
Interesting.
Could be possible, yeah.
Well,
Just
I might have
RFID
to look into
chips,
that.
right?
Also, I think the dungeon making is only like it's rooms from other dungeons that already exist. Like, you're not actually making stuff,
It is.
which is fine. Like, I don't give a crap about that. That is.
I'm just buying it for the the actual
Exactly.
game.
I'm buying it because it looks pretty as shit. It's one of my favorite video games of all time. So.
Absolutely.
Well, let's jump into it. Today I would like to share a certain cryptid. Do you both know what cryptids are?
Yeah.
Is that like what cryptozoologists study?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So cryptozoology is, I'm going to put this in air quotes, the study of like unknown monsters, basically, and they're commonly referred to as cryptids, the monsters themselves. And today I want to share the story of the Brosno Dragon. And let me get this link over to you guys.
Brosno.
It is in Russia.
Wow.
So Lake Brosno, the proprietor or the purported, that's a weird word, home of the Brosno Dragon is located in the Tver region of Russia. It is surrounded by an eerie abandoned villages and crumbling houses. Although few people visit the lake, most note that it feels extremely isolated from civilization. The lake itself is fairly deep, about 43 meters, and adding to the creepy feel of the place is a sunken church at one side near an island. The difficulty in conducting underwater archaeological digs means that it has so far provided impossible to date the building, and anyone who may have known about the church is now long gone. The number of species of fish living in Brosno Lake include perch, pike, and burbot. Proponents of the Brosno Dragon cite this as evidence there is more than enough food in the lake to support a large creature to survive on. And a little bit about the legend of the Brosnia, which is the name of the dragon. This thing, like, it dates back to the 13th century, the stories of this, which actually date back further than the Loch Ness Monster, which a lot of people view as, like, a comparison. But there's a lot of crazy things, like some Vikings came and they wanted to hide their gold and treasure in the lake, but the dragon submerged from the lake and swallowed their boat whole, and it smashes and capsizes. And to this day, the legends aren't as extensive. Like, it's not like eating whole ships and knocking stuff over, but it's usually just capsizing boats, and if people disappear, it's because of it. But the Brosno Dragon earned its nickname, as has been described as looking like a dragon in legends for hundreds of years. But today is just likely the dragon would be described as a dinosaur. And just like the Loch Ness Monster, those who believe Brosnia really does dwell in the terrifying depths of Lake Brosno have theorized the dragon is actually a living dinosaur. People who are more skeptical of the existence of the creature have attributed the hundreds of sightings over the years to a variety of alternatives. One suggestion is that the creature is not a dinosaur or a dragon, but a mutant beaver.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
So when beavers go full mutant, they get scales and horns, and breathe fire.
Long necks, exactly. Although that would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
One suggestion is that the creature is not a dinosaur or a dragon, but a mutant beaver. Another suggestion is that it is a huge, very old fish, which is abnormally large due to its age. In the summer of 2002, scientists of the Cosmopoisk Research Association attempted to find out the truth behind the legend of the Brosno Dragon. The team conducted echo deep sounding and found that there was indeed an anomaly in the lake, a jelly-like mass about the size of a railway cart, which hovered around 5 meters from the bottom of the lake. However, further attempts to identify the mass proved unsuccessful. The question raised the legend of the Brosno Dragon are very similar to questions about the Loch Ness Monster. If there really is a Brosno Dragon, is it a type of huge, undocumented freshwater fish or a living dinosaur whose species has managed to survive in this one specific location for millions of years? Is there more than one Brosno Dragon, or has it survived on its own for hundreds of years since the first recording sighting in the 13th century? I love cryptids and cryptid research. Like, these people who are out there looking for a world that I would say most of us just accept the fact that it doesn't exist, are strong-headed, to say the least. But, like, people finding out these weird, mysterious things just makes me so excited. Because, like, even though I don't necessarily believe in these things, like, I want them to be true. I want them to be true so bad because, I don't know, sometimes just a good mystery or a discovery of something new is just exciting and it makes the world feel like, I guess, bigger than it seems right now. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know. It seems with technology and space imaging of the Earth, like, the Earth kind of feels small nowadays. Like, you can get to Japan in like 14 hours of flying. But somewhere in this deep lake, there might be a giant fish that we've never actually seen before.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, go ahead.
Not only that, but, I mean, a lot of these people, including us, have, like, a deep connection to, like, fantasy stories and, like, fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you feel like, man, maybe this could be real. Maybe there's something out there like this. So, plays into the fantasy side, too.
Yeah, I mean, we've been studying our planet for quite a bit of time now, so, I mean, we definitely don't understand everything, but we understand quite a bit. So, I agree with your point about it could make the world feel larger. Like, oh, you know, we're not quite sure what's eating Viking gold in a lake in Russia. Could be a monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It kind of ties into with, like, I've recently discovered that, not mythic fiction, what's it called? Like Lovecraftian horror is totally not my genre. Like, I love the idea of the mythos and everything like that, and just like this huge unexplained world that is dire and inevitable and unflinching power. But holy crap, I've tried to read 2 Lovecraftian books and another book by another respected author in the genre, and boy howdy, they're hard, man. They are very they read like a textbook.
Yeah,
very much like a textbook. And a lot of the times authors go ranting down some path that does not goddamn matter, like just telling the complete history of a neighbor that, like, is only in the book for a little bit of time. Like, I didn't need to know his whole backstory. He ate dinner with them and left. Like, you're wasting my time here. But, like, it leads to this, like, this unknown mystery, this larger world, this level of deception and the undiscovered that is just, it just makes life feel bigger and larger.
Yeah.
But I guess I kind of have 2 questions. One is, do you, like, is this kind of stuff interest you guys? Do you like the big mythos? Do you like the big stories like that? And my second one is, have you ever had an encounter with a cryptid?
So first question, I am super into two in particular, and not to the point where I believe they actually exist. I just think they're very fun to think about. One is Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly because a creature similar to Bigfoot actually did exist, Gigantopithecus, which was a hominoid pretty similar to humans back when there were a bunch of hominoid species roaming the planet. That was one of them. It was big. It was hairy. It was almost exactly like Bigfoot. So to me, it seems likely that, Bigfoot existed at one point. And that's why there's so many stories and like Native American lore and actually just all around the world, like the Yeti, all that, early humans probably passing down information that they had gotten from their ancestors and stuff. The other one that I'm interested in is the Michigan Dogman. Have you guys heard about that one?
Yes.
I don't think so. No.
So this is supposed to be this is also a bit of like Native American lore, and I can't remember exactly which tribe this lore belongs to. It could belong to more than one, but it was mostly about like people that could become shapeshifters, and I think they were more like malevolent spirit type people. Like if you became a shapeshifter, you might not necessarily be a good person. I might have that wrong too, but essentially like the myth of the Michigan Dogman was like a rogue shapeshifter guy that kind of got lost in between being a person and a dog man, and he roams the woods of northern Michigan to stay alive and feed on people. And there was an episode on the History Channel of Monster Quest, I think is what it was called, where they interviewed people that went to my alma mater, Ferris, and they had claimed to see the Michigan Dogman. So there's just like a bit of a connection there. Yeah,
that's awesome. I was just looking up, and it says that the Michigan Dogman appears in a 10-year cycle that falls on years ending in 7, and also that it hangs around the Manistee River since the days of the Ottawa tribes. So in 2027, we should go for the cabining. We should hang around the Manistee River and see if we can find the Dogman.
Let's do it. Well, I mean, some friends of mine when we were in college joked about like trying to find it. We drove around a few times, like not actually trying to find it, but just driving around and joking about it.
Being shitty teenagers.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never heard of the Dogman.
There is a famous video online somewhere of the Michigan Dogman, and it like runs up and attacks the guy holding the camera. It's very clearly either a bear or faked, but it's a fun video to watch.
That's a pretty big jump. It's either a bear or faked. I think. Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
How about you, Jordan?
I mean, I don't really have much to add. I think stories like this are very interesting, and like Andrew, I like reading about them, but I don't necessarily go out of my way because I think they're real. I'm not going to deny the fact that some of them aren't real. I mean, just like he said, like Bigfoot back in the day was totally a thing. Good, I mean, all the history about it too shows us. But I do know about the Michigan Dogman, actually, and me and my brothers used to talk about it, and so that one's always been interesting to me. But other than that, I haven't really read a whole lot into anything like this, so I'm not an expert on it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, there's probably endless podcasts about cryptids. One that I've listened to in general is called Paranoia Shop, which is no longer running, but the 12 episodes that they did is really good. But it goes into a whole bunch of weird stuff like this, cryptids, doppelgangers, and just weird. I wanted to say seemingly real. I don't really know what to call this stuff, but it's a good podcast, and if the stuff interests you, it's worth a listen. So
nice.
Anyway, yeah, that's what well, I guess I can share. Obviously, I'm interested in stuff, but unfortunately, I've never had an interaction with any cryptids. I kind of wish I did because, again, I just wish this stuff was real. It'd be super cool. But I don't know. Anything that weird happens in my life, I can usually either A, figure it out, or B, explain it away with some weird phenomenon. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I had to share.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That was an interesting topic. All right. Today, I would like to share a little game show I called On the Spot Infomercials.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I hope you guys are ready for this. You will be interviewing for a job at an infomercial station.
All
Great.
right.
A little bit before I get into it, the way this is going to work is right before we get started, I'm going to show you guys both the same image of the same item, and you will each have to come up with an infomercial about it. There's some criteria about it that I'll go into that you have to include. Kyle, I'm going to give you the decision if you want to go first or second, since you've never won a game show on this podcast.
Ouch,
So,
dude.
What would you like to choose? First or second?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right. So, I'm going to get into character as the interviewer, and we will get this rolling. Hello. Welcome to Infomercial Worldwide. I found this company with my good friend Billy Mays, and I am thrilled to have you both here as the finalists for our new infomercial writer/actor.
Happy
This
to be
position is a contract position that will last 2 days and pays $352,000.
Ooh.
For this final step of an interview, we will be testing your last-minute thinking and writing skills. Shortly, I will show you both the same image of a product, and you must each come up with an infomercial about the product. Whoever we think is better will get the job. Your infomercials must follow this criteria. 1. Must include description of product and its main use. Bonus points for any creative secondary use you can think of. We have noticed with our market research that items with multiple uses tend to sell more and fly off the shelves. 2.
Smart.
Must include the price of the item, whether it be a one-time price or those sweet, sweet installments that we always include. 3. Must include if you act now bonus, which means at the end of the commercial, if you throw in something a little extra to get people to buy it. Good luck, and here's the image. This product is called the Control-Alt-Delete Wand. And here's the image of this image. This is a totally real product back in the 90s. And there it is.
Oh my fucking god.
No.
Kyle?
This existed?
Yes,
What?
this is a real product, and it's actually called the Control-Alt-Delete Wand.
Can you visually describe this for the audio listeners? Because my mind is blown.
Absolutely. So, this image, for those of you that cannot see it, look it up on Google when you get a second. But it's literally just this basically extendable metal stick, kind of like a back scratcher with a handle, and it has 3 little arms coming off of it, where if you put it on your keyboard, well, a 90s keyboard, not a today keyboard.
Yeah, the delete is in a different
It'll press the Control-Alt-Delete buttons to refresh Windows. That's what it did back in the day. So, yeah. Kyle, take it away.
It kind of looks like a window squeegee.
It does,
Yes.
yeah. The
Yeah,
handle
kinda
does.
does.
But just
With
with a
those.
couple pokies out of it to hit the keys.
True.
Ooh.
All right. Give me a sec. Let me get into salesman mode.
Okay.
Oh no, it happened again! Your fat nerd fingers are just too big and you can't press one key at a time. Well, boy howdy, do I have a product for you. I have with me today the Control-Alt-Delete stick. That's right. This simple tool will help you press Control, Alt, and Delete at the same time because your fingers are too fat and sticky from Cheeto dust to press all the buttons at the same time. It's simple. All you have to do is grab the stupid little handle and press the buttons at the exact same time. But that is not all that this product can do. This product can pick your nose. It can scratch your back. It can be thrown at your annoying brother in case he won't go away or it's keep playing Baby Shark over and over again. And I know what you might be thinking, that this product is going to cost you so much money because it is so convenient. But that's not true. It only is going to cost you an exclusive price from this commercial of $7.74. 3 installments of $7.74. That's it. And super affordable, super useful. And if you act now, I personally will come to your house or come to your town and visit your grandmother once a week so you don't have to do it. But remember, you have to order within the next 3 minutes. Done.
Woo!
All right. That was very, very entertaining, and I enjoyed it.
It's slightly aggressive.
Hey, whatever drives sales.
That's right.
We are paying you $352,000 for 2 days of work, so we need
True.
sales.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, next candidate.
All right. Every Tuesday, Susan walks over to your desk with another stack of reports for you to file. You got a coffee in one hand, and you're desperately trying to Control-Alt-Delete with the other, but your fingers just don't stretch that far, do they? Well, I've got the solution for you. This is the Control-Alt-Delete wand by Blanco Industries. With extendable adjusting arms, this thing will fit every keyboard, any size, any configuration. Get Susan off your back and get Control-Alt-Deleting away with the Control-Alt-Delete wand in 3 easy payments of your firstborn child's soul. And if you act now, we will personally go to your office and fire Susan. That's all I've got.
How are you supposed to pay 3 times with the same soul? I love it. That was funny. That one got me.
That was slightly terrifying, but also good.
I heard that fear tactics increase sales.
Yeah, with certain products, I think I think we're gonna have to give the job to the first candidate. But once we get these Halloween items coming in, we'll bring you back.
I'm bowing. I was bowing. You guys can't see it, but
Wait, does this mean Kyle won a game?
I won a game.
I won a game.
Dude, I won a game. Woo! It's unheard of.
I figured you would want to go second to have more time to prepare, but
No, I'm good. I do better when I don't think very hard.
fair enough.
Thinking.
Yeah, I definitely
Not my
thought
strong
way too
suit.
But that wraps up the game show called On the Spot Infomercial.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. That was a great game.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
Thank you.
All right. Today, I would like to share with you the connection point between coconut crabs, a paradise island, and the bones of a famous aviator. Did you guys just get chills?
Yeah, I got slapped with a wave of confusion.
Is it
All right,
Amelia Earhart?
Let's get into this.
Yeah, please.
First, I want to tell you about coconut crabs. They're a type of hermit crab. They're actually the largest land-living arthropods in the world. They can grow up to 3 feet in length from leg to leg. They're found on islands across the Indian Ocean and parts of the Pacific Ocean. And one such Pacific island is Nikumaroro.
Holy shit. Dude, these things are fucking huge.
Oh, yeah. They are enormous. Yeah, 3
Jesus
feet.
Christ.
It's a big crab. It's a real big crab.
Damn. Nice.
And this island, Nikumaroro, this is where it's rumored that, or suspected, I should say, the famed pilot Amelia Earhart crash landed with her navigator Fred Noonan. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. Apparently, this crab went to the Doll Island before we could.
Wow, yeah, okay. Kyle just sent us a picture of one of these crabs inside a doll head, and that may be the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It literally looks like the toy from Toy Story 1 that Sid manipulated.
All right, we're no longer going to the Doll Island.
None of these things are around.
Wow. All right, so recently explorers are leading an expedition to find the Lockheed Model 10E Electra aircraft that Amelia was flying. They think it might have crashed off the coast of this island. And with them, a National Geographic team is going along to scour the island for remains or clues. One of the theories they're operating with is that one or both of them survived the crash and lived on the island for some time, then died there, but then they were devoured by coconut crabs, and their bones were dragged into the crab burrows.
Oh, God.
So this is like an observed behavior or suspected behavior that these coconut crabs do. They're omnivores. They mostly eat fruit, but if they like come across a carcass, they will just eat it because it's a decent source of food. So yeah, there's also this international group of historic aircraft recovery that's been searching the island for years for signs of Earhart or her aircraft, and they posted some videos on their YouTube channel of these crabs, and I'm going to link them to you because some of these are wild. This first video that I'm sending you is the crab burrows. So this is like a tree that's grown pretty big so that its roots are up a little bit. It's got kind of like a dent on the inside, and the crab has made that inside part of the tree its burrow. So that's where it kind of like drags its little collection of stuff into, which could include bones.
Dude, stop grabbing at this crab, dude. It's not good.
And this same group did a test where they left a pig carcass on the island to see if the crabs would eat it, and to see if the crabs would drag any bones off of it. And they had captured a clip of this crab dragging a bone from the pig. So it seems pretty likely that this could happen. They don't have any evidence that it actually did, but the pig carcass that they left on the island was devoured by coconut crabs and some smaller strawberry crabs in a matter of weeks. And then this second video that I posted is the video of one of those coconut crabs dragging off a bone.
What the fuck?
Wow.
So yeah, it's possible that they're having difficulty finding remains by Amelia or Fred due to these crabs that could have eaten them after they died and then kind of scattered their bones into all the different crab burrows.
Man.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
So I have two questions for you guys. First, this is one theory, but do you guys have any theories on the Amelia Earhart mystery?
I don't. No, not really.
I
kind of think. Go ahead.
I think it's a clever ploy to just get away.
Yeah.
It was just a really elaborate see you later world.
You think she's on the island with Biggie and Tupac and...
Well, I mean, metaphorically, yes.
Metaphorically.
Except for her just saying bye to the world and living on an island alone is nothing like Tupac or Biggie because they were murdered.
Well, Biggie was. We don't know about Tupac. But anyways, I personally think that she probably just crashed into the ocean and sitting at the bottom of an ocean.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with, like, one, her aircraft hasn't ever been recovered, and they've never found any remains from her or Fred. So, like, they think that she's around this island, But yeah, we can't ever know. Like, obviously, she didn't make it to her final destination on that leg of the trip.
Yeah.
So something happened.
I mean, maybe eventually when we explore the ocean more, we'll find something. Or maybe they'll actually find something on this island. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, this current expedition is going on right now. I think, actually, they're wrapping it up and editing the film from it. It's supposed to be part of a National Geographic special. It's going to go on their TV channel in October at some point, so
Nice.
there might be some information that comes out of it. I feel like if they found the plane or her, we'd hear about it before the special came out, but maybe they just have the best kept secret in the world. Who knows?
I've got to know, like, when are we gonna stop obsessing over where Amelia Earhart crashed?
True.
I
That's
think
what I wanna know.
I think a lot of us aren't obsessing
True.
over it, but
Yeah,
the
that's
people
fair
that
point.
are will never stop.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I mean, you see this with everything in history, though. I mean, there's still people obsessing over who the hell actually shot JFK.
Yeah.
And, so who knows?
True.
People are still trying to figure out how the aliens built the pyramids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep putting gel in my hair and sticking my hands in it, but
People are
no matter
still
how many
trying
times
to
I do
find-
that, I can't figure out where the ancient aliens are coming from.
People are still trying to find the Loch Ness Monster, so...
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
Who
it's all
knows?
fruitless investigation, but I don't know. I guess whatever keeps you going during the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's people that legitimately care and have a vested interest, like her,
Yeah.
her grandchildren and stuff that are still alive. So
Right. I kind of wonder if there's, like, if it's just like the Explorer. You've ever heard of the, like, Explorers Guild or Explorers Club back in the day?
yeah,
Like back in England, where they basically just went to native islands and then, they basically raped the land and came back and said they explored an area and then they conquered it. I wonder if it's just that, where, like, people are just trying to take their flag and put it places, and someone's just trying to put their flag in Amelia Earhart.
I mean, that was strange phrasing, but I get what you're saying.
Intentionally weird phrasing. But
But
still.
no, you're saying, like, yeah, this is my thing now. Like, I'm the world's renowned source of Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, I'm the person who found
Well, and
Amelia
unfortunately, they're going to make a lot of money off of that somehow, so... Because that's just
Well, I mean,
how the
people
world
still
works.
care. I mean, obviously, there's still, like, an appetite for the answer because it hasn't been
Yeah.
solved. So National
that's a good
Geographic can get away with spending a lot of money on an expedition
Right.
because people will tune in to see if they found
Hey.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So my second question for you guys is: if you died on a remote island, what would you want to be devoured by? Whose burrow do you want your bones to be in?
Definitely not one of these coconut crabs. I'm
Hell
not
no.
about that. I'm cool. Don't fuck with nature. I want to be devoured. Have you ever seen, like, the videos of, like, tiny snails popping out of the ground and, like, devouring a dead fish?
No, but I know
But
I'm
it's
gonna
like-
Google.
It's like a time lapse of it. I saw it on Reddit the other day. But I want that to happen. I just want something to come out of the earth, devour me, and then go away.
Yeah. What about you, Jordan?
For sure, seals.
Seals.
That's it.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Just seals.
that's kind of badass, actually.
Yeah.
What happened to Jordan? Well, he died of natural causes on an island, but then seals tore him apart. It was brutal.
Yeah, and I hope... You know what? I'm going to start wearing around a GoPro and make sure it's always fully charged.
Just in case.
Just in case I get devoured by seals at some point in my life.
Love it.
That is terrifying. The snails just devouring that fish.
Yeah, it's very zombie-like.
Ooh. Maybe I'd go with zombies. Because then I feel like there's the potential for me to become a zombie, and then I'm not really dead. I'm devoured a bit, but I'm kind of, undead but alive.
Brings a whole new definition of you are what you eat. Maybe I'll become a seal.
All right, that would be scary as hell. A zombie human half seal.
What part would be?
Man bear big. It's half.
Yeah,
pig,
what
half
half of
bear,
you would
half
be-
pig?
I would want the bottom half of a seal.
Yeah, that's a wise choice.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of useless the other way around.
Yeah.
Because you have legs. And you'd be like, oh yeah, that'd be weird.
Though, if it was a walrus, I would want the top half of a walrus.
Fair. That's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like the majority of what walruses do is lie around anyway, so you don't really need the bottom flippers for movement too much.
Yeah,
You're
you just
gonna
need
be
those
chilling.
fangs.
Yeah, you need the big tusks.
And, I mean, who doesn't want to look like Adam Savage? Come on.
Oh yeah, get that mustache.
Are we just talking about animal hybrids now? Because I totally want to be a street shark.
Oh well, that's a good one. Yeah. I mean, damn, I forgot about street sharks.
I think I've brought it up on this podcast like 4 times now.
Have you? I just like the
think so.
animation of them swimming through the streets. Incredible, but also think of the strength required for these
Just-
street sharks to be
just-
able to
yeah.
just swim through concrete, like
Concrete
already
and asphalt,
cured
yeah.
hard concrete. Damn. That's some power. All right, well that's what I have to share today.
A lot of exploration talk today, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Well, thanks for sharing, man. I appreciate it. You always find you find the left field option like every time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's intentional, but these are the topics that I'm drawn to, I guess.
Maybe you just always get me with a hook. Like you ever wonder the connection between crabs, dead people, and Amelia Earhart? No, I don't.
You don't stay up all night pondering that?
You do come up with.
I got a cork board in my room, and it's got 3 pictures on it: a crab, some bones, and Amelia Earhart. And there's just one red string linking all of them together.
What does it all mean?
What does it all mean? Man.
So hear me out. The crabs took down the plane.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you see that one on the side of the trash can? It was spooky as fuck. They take down birds. Why can't they take down planes?
For real. I mean, there's a bunch of crabs on that island. You get hungry, you see a plane fly over. You start stacking up on top of each other. Let's go. Let's get that plane.
Too funny.
Dude, I'm watching the Street Sharks intro now. Like, how did this not become popular over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? This is unbelievable. Like, I just watched a shark bite through a steel girder. That's amazing.
When are they making the live action Street Sharks?
Oh my
movie?
god. Yeah. Wait, we have a mission.
Who would cast that? That's a good question.
Me.
Nick Cage would play every shark.
Every shark.
And Dwayne The Rock Johnson will be the villain.
Yep.
I want Chris Evans, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Vin Diesel, and then just one person you wouldn't think, Jonah Hill. That's who I want the 4 sharks to be.
Jonah Hill would get an Oscar for it.
Hell yeah, he would. Best
Jonah
shark.
Hill
He
kinda
gets
looks
the
like a
Oscar for
shark.
best shark.
This year's best shark goes to.
That was a bad time to drink water. I just spit it everywhere.
And then you see Mr. Wonderful just pissed that he didn't win Best Shark.
Another year skimped on the best shark award.
Jaws is in the audience like, well, Jaws 7 didn't perform well? Fuck this shit.
Sharknado's out there.
They still won't let, God, what's that girl's name? From the Sharknado movies.
I
She's in-
don't remember.
She was in Van Wilder.
Oh, Tara Reid.
Yeah, they still won't
Yeah,
let Tara
yeah.
Reid's into the Oscars. So.
She's in Van Wilder? That's weird. I didn't know.
Yeah, she was.
I thought
Yeah,
she was
she's
an
his
American
main
Pie.
love-
First one.
Love interest in.
Oh,
Van
yeah,
Wilder,
that's right. You know, we might as well just do an episode every week where we start off on one topic and just take the rabbit hole down for 50 minutes.
Just see how far we can go.
Oh, we can go infinite, I think. Yeah, we actually did that.
It might be possible.
Well, that about wraps it up. Join us again next time where we do it all again. And remember, as Snoop Dogg says, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
I said goodbye.
Thanks for listening, and keep an eye out for another episode of Today I Would Like to Share.
Yeah, and make sure you look us up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast app of your choice.
Once you find us and give us a listen, please leave us an honest review of what you think of the show. You can do so at Apple Podcasts.
And YouTube.
Or send us an email at contact@blamoindustries.com. That's contact@blamoindustries.com.